Good evening. All right. Well, whoops. I forgot to. I didn't. I tried to post to Discord and I didn't do it right. Let's see. Hello, Ton. How are you? Or Tan? Is it Ton or Tan? I apologize if I am saying it incorrectly. How are you doing this evening? Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. I'm getting close on this Discord bot. Getting very close on the features. Alright, I'm gonna have to, there's some new settings I have to set for my app that I need to do probably off screen here for a second. Okay, so we do, let's see. Do this. We go to Steve's mod, and then we've got to start setting some app settings. Hello, Elliot. How are you? Also, nice username. It's very simple. It's a very simple username. Hey, Pablo, what's up, man? How are you? Let's see, callback URL. That's going to be my ngrok URL. What I'm doing right now is I'm setting a bunch of secrets in my app settings file, and I'm doing that off screen for obvious reasons. Oh, we've got two Elliots here. Okay, we've got Elliot and Elliot. We've got Elliot M and just Elliot. Elliot said, hey, I was here first. It's like if you guys have ever seen Silicon Valley, you know, you're going to have Jared and other Jared. So we're going to have Elliot and other Elliot. Nah, I wouldn't refer to you as other Elliot. Would never do such a thing. That would not be kind. Alright, now we need to get our channel, our topic URL. YouTube push notifications API. Let's see, that's going to look like this. Although we found out the other day this URL is actually wrong. It has to be modified a little bit in order for this to work. You have to put XML in front of feeds. Okay, then I need my channel ID. It's going to be this guy. My channel ID. Okay, then I need an API key from YouTube. Let's see, YouTube videos data API. What's this space address? Oh my goodness. You stop that right now. Okay, we need this thing right here. We need this to be our base URL. And then we just need my API key, which I'll do off screen again. It's crazy how quickly you can end up with a lot of app setting variables that you need to set in your app. Oh wow, Elliot, calm down. Calm down. Pablo, I'm fighting with CSS. That sounds horrible. I don't envy you. But I do hope you win. I hope you beat the CSS, Pablo. I hope you wrestle it to the ground. Smother it. Okay, cool. So I think I have everything set up now to where I can actually demo how far I've gotten with this thing. So let's go back over here. Let's open this up in NeoVim. We are going to open... what do we need to open? Program CS. I've actually gotten this thing. I'm at the point now where basically all I have left to do is I just need to create the message in Discord. Oh, of course, it has no chance against me. Why don't you have the donations on? I'm not monetized. Let's see, I still need to get, let's see, I'm at 2,518 valid public watch hours, and I need 3,000 valid public watch hours, at which point I can do memberships, supers, and shopping, which I have no idea what that means, but yeah, so you can't currently donate at the moment, and you guys don't need to donate. I mean, you guys, I've got a day job. It pays the bills. I do this for fun. Mr. Wonderful, can you help me with a bot? You seem pretty cool. Well, that's very kind of you, Mr. Wonderful. And sure, I'd be happy to help answer any questions I can regarding your bot. I'm not an expert, but I have built one now. SAQ. Yo, you on Linux? No, I'm not. I'm on Windows. I'm on a Windows machine. Oh, I remember what I wanted to check. I need to see what port this launches on. I think this launches on port 5228. 5228. All right, we're up and running. All right, let's see if my app still works here. Okay, so basically when I start up my bot, if I write .NET run -- project source basically, I'm going to start the webhook project. So when the webhook project starts up, it should subscribe to notifications from my YouTube channel now. Which it did. So you can see, let's see, you can see right here, I successfully subscribed to notifications. And then you can see down here, we received a subscription request for this particular channel. And so now we're listening for notifications. So now if I go back to my YouTube studio, and there's basically 3 things it will notify me about if I add a new video, if I change the title, or if I change a description. So let's just go into this video real quick. And I'm just going to change this capital A to a lowercase a. And if I save, we should see some new logs get print out here in a second. So there you go. Okay, so you can see, whoops, sorry. Oh God, oh God, what have I done? You definitely can't see it now. Let's see, reset font size, there we go. Make this a little bigger. Okay, so you can see right here, I basically made a request to the YouTube data API, and I specifically was checking this particular video ID. And what I was checking to see if that video is a live stream, right? First, I'm checking to see if it's a stream, and I'm also checking to see if the stream is currently live. If those 2 things are not true, then I don't do anything. If those things are true, that's where I want to create a Discord message. So that's what we're going to work on tonight, is creating the Discord message. So I guess we can just change the title back, and you'll see it's going to get another notification here in a second. Yeah, there you go. So I just did it again. Okay, cool. So we're working now. So now we need to head over to into the program CS. And if we go to our notification handler, you can see basically everything I'm doing here. I'm basically reading the body as a stream, converting it to a string. Then I regex out the video ID. Then I make my call to the data API. So once I get down here, at this point right here, I know that I have a new video that's a live stream, and we want to notify Discord. And so this is where I need to pull out some code that already exists, and I need to reuse it in this project. So I'm going to need to do a little bit of project restructuring, which is kind of boring, but it'll make life easier in the end. Social gaslighting. Nice username. What language are you using? I'm building this in C#. I know other languages, but I'm building this in C#. SAQ. Aw, take your socks off. We gonna install Linux then. No, man. I've got access to Linuxy things. You know, like I've got WSL, I've got Linux servers I can work on. But I like my Windows local dev environment. P4 Programmer said hi. Hello, P4 Programmer. How are you? Alright, so let's talk about what we're going to do here. So if we go to my other project, so basically now Steve's bot consists of 2 projects. Steve's bot consists of a worker, which is essentially manages the connection to the gateway, the Discord gateway API. Oh, also I should update my, let's see, edit command. What is bro doing? I'm working on building a Discord bot that can notify my Discord server when I go live on YouTube. See if that works. Also, if you're going to install Linux, you don't take your socks off. You put your programmer socks on. That's pretty good. All right, let's look at Nightbot. So Nightbot has this functionality where I should be able to edit commands, right? But I don't think I did it right. Yeah, I don't think I did it right. Hello, Cooper. How are you? Oh, I should have done what is bro. Should have done commands, edit, command name. Oh, I think it's what bro doing. I don't think there's an is in it. What bro doing? And then the response, which is I'm working on building a Discord bot that can notify my Discord server when I go live on YouTube. I think that will work. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'm figuring out this Nightbot thing slowly but surely. And then I'm going to do a pinned message. If you are new to the stream, welcome. If you are curious about what we are doing today, just type what bro doing. And Nightbot will hook you up. I'll pin that one. There we go. Need to get in a better habit of doing stuff like that when I start my stream up. Okay, so yeah, so Steve's bot consists of a webhook, which is what handles the YouTube notification bits, and then stevebot.worker is what handles the gateway, the persistent gateway connection. Cooper Keller, remind me what you are trying to make good. You? I think I just actually told you. I think I just actually answered you, Cooper. Pablo, do you know the meme? I do not know the meme. Okay, so back to this. So I've got this webhook, and then I've got this worker. Now the worker has a bunch of existing Discord code in it, and specifically it has code in it to create a message for a channel. So if we actually go here to the Discord REST client, you'll see I have a method I've already implemented that handles creating a message for a particular channel. And so ideally I can just reuse this code. And so what I think I'm going to end up doing is I think I'm going to make another project called stevesbot.lib, because, you know, what else would you call it? And I think I'm going to start moving some code. I'm going to start moving some code from the worker project into a shared project that I can reference in the webhook in the worker, which is going to break some stuff, but so be it. What are you going to do? So let's go ahead and do cd stevesbot, and then we're going to go into the source, And we'll look at the structure here. We'll go into the source again. Okay, so we're going to say .NET new class lib, and we will call it Steve's bot.lib. I mean, we could call it shared, Steve's bot.shared, but I'm just going to do lib. Naming things is hard. Okay, so if we list out what's in there now, there should be basically nothing. Yeah, it's just empty. And what we need to do in there is we need to actually add a reference from that project to our solution, and then we also need to add a reference from the worker and the webhook to the lib. So we'll do come up one directory, and we'll say .NET SLN add source. That. We're also going to need to create a test project, so let's go ahead and do that too. So we'll create a new test project. Because basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking code that lives in the worker and the worker test projects, and we're just going to be migrating those to the lib and the lib test project. So we'll say .NET new XUnit. Yeah, .NET new XUnit, and then we'll say out, and we'll say Steve's bot.lib.test. Okay, that's fine. It's complaining because I'm using, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the .NET world, but I'm using centralized package management, which basically just gives you the ability to define the versions for packages in one place. You still have to install the package for each project you want to reference it in, but at least then you know you have one central place to manage the versions. And so it's complaining because some of these new templates break that. So now we'll say .NET SLN add test Steve bot, yeah, like that. Okay, now let's go in and let's clean up these new projects a little bit. So we'll delete this guy. We don't need it. This is what I was talking about, the centralized package management. So we want these here, but we don't want the version because we're managing the version somewhere else. So we'll remove those. Like that. We can actually remove this one too. And we can remove these as well, because these are all coming from. There's also this idea in .NET where you can have nested build props. You can have nested build props to where you can define one set of build props for multiple projects, and that's what I'm doing here. So yeah, so then what I can do is I can say let's look at these other test projects, because I think these other test projects are a good place to look. Okay, so we need to go ahead and set up I think we're gonna need all these. Actually, we probably don't need mvc.testing. So let me just copy all this real quick. This is more of like doing chore type stuff, but sometimes you got to do it. Okay, this I don't need. I don't think I need this guy. Well, I think I'm gonna need that. I am gonna need that. I'm not gonna need. I mean, I'm gonna need mock. I am gonna need the SDK. I don't think I'm gonna need this package. I'll take that one out. Exclude by file. I don't need. Let's see. This is stevespot.lib. I don't need that line. Oh, we can also delete this guy too. Okay, now we'll go to the lib directory. We can remove all these. I don't think we need anything in that project. csproj. csproj. Yeah, we don't need this. I guess I had more cleanup in some of my other projects. Okay, cool. Let's see. Are we good? I think we're good. All right, we need to close all of this. And then we need to add Pablo, that sounds awful to be honest. Well, that's fair, man. It's fair. It's a .NET thing. It's a .NET thing. Tyler, don't you use AI to code? I do sort of. Like I have GitHub Copilot. And I use Claude, you know, Gemini, ChatGPT. I use those kind of like, you know, in place of Google, like everybody does nowadays. But I don't use any AI, like, I don't use VS Code in agent mode. I don't use Cursor or Windsurf or anything like that. Just my preference at the moment. I do use agent mode in VS Code occasionally. Like, I do use it to write documentation. Like, it's very good at writing readmes. It's very good at adding JS doc comments or XML comments to stuff. So I use it a lot for that. But like, I highly doubt agent mode could have just done everything I just did. I mean, I guess that's a test we could have run, but I think I would have spent more time unwinding things than putting them together. Okay, so now we're gonna add a reference. So now we're gonna add a reference from my test project, my test lib project to the actual lib. So we'll say .NET add, and we'll say source. Oh no, we want source tests. Yep, and then we're gonna say add reference to source Steve's bot. Yep, like that. Okay, now everything, I'm hoping everything should still build. Oh, well, it's not gonna be able to build while I'm running the webhook project. So let's go back. Now let's try. Okay, wonderful. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a reference between. Whoops. So let's do tree source. Oh, that's not helpful. List source. So now basically we're gonna have these projects reference this project, and then once we do that, then we're gonna move code from the worker to the lib, and hopefully everybody's happy. So we're gonna say .NET source Steve's bot.webhook add reference. Whoops. Should be .NET add reference source lib. Yep. And then we'll change this from webhook to worker. All right, look at this. We're doing things. Pablo says no need. It definitely not work. Yeah, I think it would have a hard time. Maybe in the future it would be able to do it, but I think it would try. I think Copilot Agent Mode would give a really good effort, but I think it would get its wires crossed, and then I'd end up having to intervene anyways. So It's probably just a skill issue on my part. I don't know how to prompt the AIs properly. I'm just not a good enough vibe coder. Alright, so now with everything wired together like this, the code that I'm most interested in moving is this rest stuff. So I think what I'll do is I'll make a new one over here called Discord. Well, I'm half tempted. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do Discord. And we're going to do rest. Like that. And then over here, we just need to move. We basically need to move the... I mean, we really should move this whole namespace, shouldn't we? I don't know. Should we move the whole namespace? Probably. I mean, not all this code needs to be shared, but this also needs to be moved too. I'm going to need the telemetry in a shared place. Yeah, let me try moving the telemetry first and see if I can do this without screwing it up. So I need to go up 2 directories. So I need to move telemetry from worker. So I go up and then into stevesbot.lib. So let's see if I can do this. Stevesbot.lib. Ugh, I renamed it. Damn it. That's not what I wanted. I can't undo it, can I? This should be... What was this? Telemetry? This is what it... Telemetry. Telemetry. Okay, so I go move stevesbot.lib. Do I need to go up another directory? Why is this not working? Yeah, maybe I need to go up 2 directories. Steve's bot. There we go. There we go. We did it. We did it. Okay, then we need to fix up the namespaces, because the namespaces are going to be different. So this is going to be lib. This is going to be lib. This is never fun when you have to do stuff like this, because inevitably what we're gonna have to do is we're just gonna have to end up moving references and NuGet packages around. So now we need to move all this open telemetry stuff. We basically need to move this out of this project and into this project. Item group. And then we have to come back into this project and we have to say let's remove these usings. And now we're gonna add a new using that's called global using Steve's bot. Yeah, lib. That. And then we're gonna have to add these types, and it's gonna be a whole thing. RIS PNG. Do you use any tool version manager, MES, or ASDF to name a couple? I don't even know what those are. I have to do a bit of Googling. Hello, Loading Legend. How are you? Hello, Black Cat. How are you? Brianna Billy Adventures. Can or do you create apps? I can create apps. Web apps. I don't do mobile, any type of mobile development, but I can create web apps, console apps, things like that. What'd you say? You said tool version manager, MES. MES is a polyglot tool version manager. It replaces tools like ASDF, Invim. Oh, Meson plus. I have heard of this one. Someone brought this up on a stream one time. But I'm not sure. I guess I'm not sure what the attraction of it is. Also, how does it play with .NET? Does it play well with .NET? It does. Oh, well, hold on. .NET Git version tool? That's not what I'm looking for, is it? The following tool options. Huh. It looks cool. I probably need to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole to find the value in it. Hello, Loading Legend. I saw you said hi. I see you said hi twice. Adam, just curious, why you're coding in PowerShell? Do you prefer Windows, or are you just doing it because of .NET? Well, .NET is cross-platform, so you can use .NET on Linux, Windows, or Mac. You can also use PowerShell cross-platform if you want. You can use PowerShell on Linux, Mac, or Windows as well. I am coding in PowerShell because I'm using NeoVim, and I'm on a Windows machine. So I'm on a Windows machine. I prefer PowerShell as my terminal, and I'm using NeoVim, and that's why I'm writing code in PowerShell. Although I haven't always developed that way. For a long time, I just used VS Code, and I still use VS Code. I just, at the beginning of the year, I decided to try my hand at seeing what it would be like to develop in NeoVim, just for fun. No other reason, really. Oh, I did not know that. I just use TTYs with NeoVim on my Linux distro of choice. Yeah. Oh, what's TTYs? TTYs? I'm not sure what TTY is. However, yes. No, yeah, man. If you like Linux and you've got a workflow that works for you, you do you. You know. I personally had just I like the Windows operating system. I'm fine with it. It works for everything I need. It works well both for like developing, but it also works well for like everyday productivity and content creation type stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. Then I'm following Adam. I'm following what you're putting down. But yeah, I could definitely have a Linux environment. Like if I want to use WSL, I can just turn on Ubuntu, right? Like if I want to use WSL, I have that set up. I bet my ZSH needs to be updated. And then if I really want to go to a not WSL, if I really want to, I'll just SSH into my VPS, and boom, I'm in the Linuxy world. So yeah, no issue with Linux, but I feel like Windows is nice for where I'm at personally with my workflow and all the different things I do with my computer. Farhan Ali, why live stream on Shorts instead of YouTube video live? Mainly because Shorts seem to have better discoverability. Like right now on my stream, I've had 692 views, and if I had been streaming horizontally, I'd probably have like 10. So yeah, just a discoverability thing. Farhan Ali, is it Arch? No, I do not. I've never used Arch Linux. I have no idea how to install it or set it up, configure it, or use it. The only Linux distro I really have much experience using is Ubuntu. Okay, so I need to add a package for host application builder. This is going to be in Microsoft extensions.hosting. So I'll say .NET add package Microsoft.extensions.hosting. And then I will add a using. All right. We're just having all kinds of fun with packages and references and all the things. Well, we almost have all the errors gone. Almost. Looky there. 50 billion using statements later. Let's see. .NET build source. Alright, let's see. Does not contain a definition for add telemetry. No accessible definition method. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Instrumentation is inaccessible due to its production level. Yes. So this is because now these classes need to be public because they are being referenced. Oh. Then we have to go here. We need to make this public. And then this is going to complain. Yeah, this should be a field. That's fine. No. That's fine. Okay, and then seek options needs to also be public. Or does it? Maybe it doesn't. Alright, now we're getting conflicts. Rename namespace stevebot.lib.telemetry so that it no longer conflicts with the reserved language word lib. Using a reserved keyword as namespace makes it harder for consumers in other languages to use the namespace. Ugh, that's so painful. It's making me change the... These are all code analysis rules that I have turned on. I could suppress them and just ignore them, but I figure they exist for a good reason. I'm half tempted to just ignore the warning. Sha, what are you doing? I'm trying to I'm building a Discord bot, but at the moment what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reorganize my project a little bit so that I can make so that I can reuse some code. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of gymnastics with my the architecture of my solution so that I can reuse some code. Pablo, have you considered using Discord.js? I have considered this, but I'm locked in now. I'm stuck. I married this thing. I'm gonna see it through. Farhan, oh, terminal looks like Arch, Linux. Pablo, also I'm watching on YT, not Shorts. Okay, nice. So you can do both. Yes, you can do. Adam, Ubuntu, Debian for servers are goated. Yeah, like Ubuntu's been, that's what I've been running on VPSs, haven't had any issues. Wesbit, are you a software engineer? I would classify myself as a software engineer, although my professional title is my professional title is I'm a senior quality engineer. If you want to look at my professional kind of background, you can type !LinkedIn if you'd like to connect with me over on LinkedIn. But or if you just want to creep on my professional experience, you can do that over on LinkedIn. Pablo, divorce is always an option on a toxic relationship. It is an option, but I'm having a lot of fun. So I need to do some renaming. The most painful renaming is this one, because that means I need to rename my projects, which means I need to rename okay, so we're gonna cd into source, and the first thing we need to do now is we need to .NET SLN remove, and then we need to go into here and we need to rename Steve's bot.lib to maybe Steve's bot.library. I wonder if that will work. Okay, and then we need to go and .NET SLN remove then we need to cd into tests. We'll do the same thing there. We'll say mv stevebot.lib to Steve's bot.library. Now I'm wondering if I spelled library right. Okay. Then we'll add those back. Okay, then there's going to be a whole bunch of, well, not a whole bunch of them. But we basically need to rename these. Crap, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so I need to rename this to library. Why is that not working? Did I break NeoVim? I feel like I broke NeoVim or something. Brianna, what was your LinkedIn? If you just type !LinkedIn. Pablo, Steven is good at anything he tries. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. But I do try very hard. There we go. Okay, and then we have to fix all the references in here. So the references should say library. And they need to fix it here too. Watch, this is I'm gonna rename everything to library, and then there's still gonna be a naming conflict. At which point, then I will suppress the analysis errors, and I'll move on with my life. Trying to do the right thing. only to be punished. Also, I don't need these anymore here. Alright, now we need to change our namespaces. Okay, let's try to add those things back now. Okay, now let's try to .NET build. Moment of truth, it's all gonna break. Oh, wait, no, we fixed it. Okay, so now we just have two conflicts. So we need the name instrumentation conflicts and the name extension conflicts. So let's fix that, right? So we'll go in here. And we're gonna call this, what are we gonna call this? We're gonna call this, Host Application Builder Extensions. That's a long ass name, but host. I'm just gonna call it Host Extensions. How about that? And then Host Extensions. And then it doesn't like that this is instrumentation, so we'll call this, how about this? We'll call this Steve's Bot Instrumentation. Listen, naming things is hard. I don't need you people giving me shit. Hello, Yaboko. Yes, you're right. The name instrumentation does not exist. It does not. You're right. This is why compiled languages are superior, right? Because you know when you try to build your project that you broke something. Pablo C# makes it harder though. Yeah. It does. You do have to move some stuff around. You do spend some time. It also would help if I had set this project up originally to support this type of thing instead of trying to back my way back into it. So blame me that I'm a bad architect. Okay, so now we're down into my worker class, which is wonderful. Everything's building except my worker. Let's see, worker. Oh my goodness, we are so close. We are so close. Crap, I didn't pay attention to where that error was coming from. Let me just call my stuff lib and instrumentation. Well, you know, the thing is I could have, right? That's the problem is I opted into all of these analyzers that .NET has that basically enforce, like, they're supposed to enforce good habits, right? So that's my problem. Because you could totally get away with what I was doing. They're just these extra code analysis rules that are supposed to save you pain in the long run. But for a silly side project like this, it's probably dumb to have them all enabled. We want to go to worker Discord extensions. Do you guys see where I'm adding it? Oh. There we go. Actually, I feel like I should put that in a separate variable, don't you? User agent string equals this big long thing over here. God, if the Primogen saw me editing this in NeoVim right now, he would like lose his mind at how slow I am. Let's go. Okay. An hour later, we have successfully restructured our code base to allow moving code around better. We still haven't moved the code that we actually care about moving. Which is funny. Yeah, which is funny. So the code we care about moving is actually in the worker class. And it's specifically basically everything in this rest folder. And I honestly don't know how many levels I need to move this up. So I need to go all the way up here and move it to library. I'm just going to delete that. Kevin, get stuff done. Hotkeys and Visual Studio works good. Yeah, Visual Studio. This is an example of where Visual Studio is probably far more productive for this type of work, right? Moving projects and automatically renaming namespaces and that kind of thing. Kevin, why NeoVim? Just cause it seemed like fun. Like at the beginning of the year, I was like, let me give NeoVim a shot. And I found some videos by a guy named Typecraft that were very helpful. And so yeah, just for fun, change of pace. Normally I had been using VS Code, but I just, wanted to take a little side quest, Let's go on an adventure. That's what I said. Panda Vlogs. Hey, mate. How are you doing today? I'm doing well. I'm doing well, man. Today was a good day. I cannot complain. Nico, yo, do you want to work for my startup? What's your startup, Nico? That's that first question. What are you building? Kevin, I have a coworker that uses it, but pair programming with him and I take control. I can barely navigate. Guessing it is more on me. I don't think it's on you. I mean, I definitely think it's a yeah, like getting used to Vim motions, right? Is a whole thing. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Kevin, he said NeoVim is better at fast search. I honestly don't know. Like, I haven't actually like done any kind of comparison. Like I said, like my reason for using NeoVim was purely just like an exploratory thing, and I've come to enjoy it. I will readily admit that there are things that are far easier to do or far more or maybe just work better out of the box in like VS Code or Visual Studio Code, especially if you're a .NET developer or C# developer. You know, VS Code with C# Dev Kit or VS Code Visual Studio is going to be, you know, it's purpose built for that type of workflow. But as a fun alternative, right? Something change of pace. It's a good time. Nico, the backbone of the sports industry in the next 2 years. That's a bold statement, my friend Nico. How about a link to whatever you're building, a company or app or website or something? It's a bold statement. I'd love to be involved in working on projects though, so if there's an opportunity for us to work on something together, you can join our Discord. Kevin, no, he is just out of college, not even close. Oh, you guys are talking about productivity. Productivity. All right, I'm gonna try to move this. Here we go. Let's create a new folder called Discord, and let's see if I can move this there. So we'll say MV. So we have to go up to Gateway. No, up to Discord. Up to Steve Bot's worker. Up again. And then we're going to go Steve's bot.library /Discord. /rest. Did it work? I think it worked. I think I did it. Wonderful. And now I just need to go through here and update the namespaces. See, like this is though a good example of where Visual Studio would have just handled the renaming of the namespaces for me. Oh, Discord message. Oh, so I need to move shared over there too. So we'll do move. We go up. I think we went up 3 times, right? Steve's bot .library .discord /shared. Going to be pros at this, aren't we now? I don't think I'm a very productive developer, honestly. I'm not super fast. Like, I'm productive, but I'm not quick. But I do get stuff done. It's just I'm not the quickest guy in the group. There's always going to be a developer who's faster than I am. All these types are going to have to become public too. Yeah, I think Kevin, I think that's a good Nico stealth mode. 5 million raised pre-seed. Yeah, I mean Nico, I mean, dude, yeah, send me join my Discord server. Send me a message. Let's talk. Yeah, so I've said this before, Kevin, about NeoVim, like advantages. To me, the number one advantage that I've taken away from it is learning how to use Vim motions. I feel like navigating my code with my keyboard has become a positive habit that I've developed. So I don't know if I'll always stick with NeoVim. Like for example, I still use VS Code quite often, and I basically set VS Code up to use Vim motions. So I'd probably do the same thing with Visual Studio. I don't use Visual Studio that much. Just the size and the scope of projects I work on don't really require all the bells and whistles that it has to offer. But that would be my biggest benefit, like biggest advantage would be you can use NeoVim to figure out how to learn Vim motions. But you can probably do that in Visual Studio too. I'm definitely not a dogmatic type when it comes to what editor or what language. I'm not super dogmatic about any of that stuff. I think you use the tools that you enjoy, use the language you enjoy. Unless obviously it's your job and your boss says you have to do something a certain way. Then you are out of luck. All right. Okay, then I have to go through and make these all public. Otherwise, other people won't be able to use them. God, this has been just so much refactoring. So much moving things around. So little productivity. No, I'm not going to do that because this is being bound from I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm gonna turn that off. What was the diagnostic warning there? It was 10:56. Yeah, once your job is on the line, you have no choice, for sure. Yeah, you gotta do what the boss says. The person clearly overestimated his abilities during the hiring process. The company pushed him to perform the level he said he could. I think eventually he left or was fired as well. Yeah, that's... You don't want to be that kind of guy. You don't want to get fired. That is a no bueno. Okay, where were we? We were in the process of making everything public. Alright, we've done something negative. Oh, I don't think that's true anymore. Oh. I know why you're complaining. Change the type of parameter URL of method to be passed as system URI. No, I don't want to do that. Stop telling me to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm sure there's a good reason for those diagnostic warnings, but in this case, I'm okay with using strings over URIs. Alright, now we need to fix all the stuff in the worker that's broken now. Basically need to turn all these to library, which is where all that code lives now. Alright, let's see if this builds. Let's see, we only messed up one thing. Oh, another naming conflict. Ugh, that's the worst. right? I mean, that's just the worst. So it doesn't want me to use shared. So what, do I use utils? What's another good throwaway name? Kevin, our company, 50-ish people, just got sold, and 25% of the company has turned over in 18 months. That's painful. Yeah, that's painful. 50-ish people. I'm sure you guys were a pretty tight-knit group then, huh? The company I work for, we're about 100, 115-ish people. Yeah, that much turnover that quickly is never fun, I would imagine, for anybody. I've never experienced that myself, but that doesn't sound like a good time. Pablo, common? Okay, let's try common. I like that one. Common. Watch, we're gonna find out common is it's not really reserved in the sense that like it's reserved in like a language name. I think it's reserved in the sense of like a naming perspective based on that code analysis rule. Let's see, rest. Of course, I've got to update all the usings. Let's see, worker. Oh, I missed a reference to it. Oh boy. Oh god. I was gonna say, oh boy, look at us. Now it's all the test code. Oh my goodness. This has not been fun. I mean, I knew I was gonna have to do all this, but like, this has not been fun to do. I wonder if I can get away with just not moving the code, but just moving the usings. Right, so instead of this, we'll do library. 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 Oh, and then common. See if I can get away with, yeah, okay, I can get away with just doing that. I don't have to actually move the code. I'll just update the usings. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to Refactor Hell. Yeah, that is Refactor Hell. Kevin, letting people go sucks. Oh, that's terrible. People that were there for 30 years were let go and some forced to retire. That's awful. That's really awful, man. Yeah, that's terrible. West Rest. You got to figure out how to keep Vim open, or at least get to the same place you were before running .NET Build. Yeah, what I should do is what I should be doing is I should be keeping them open, and I should just be tabbing over here, right, and running .NET build from this tab. But I'm not being very efficient, am I? I appreciate you calling that out, though. Sometimes, excuse me, sometimes me get lazy with my keyboard workflow. All right. What does everything I just did mean? What everything I just did means that I should be able now in my webhook to come in here, and I should be able to now do something like this, where I say builder.services.add Discord REST client. I think I should be able to do something like this. Can't remember what the oh wait, did I not move that one yet? I don't think I moved it. Yeah, I should move that method though. So I should move that over here and put that in Discord extensions.cs. Actually, let's call it services extensions. Namespace is going to be Steve's bot.library.discord. Public static class services extensions. And then we're just going to take this method and we're going to take it from here. And we're going to put it over here. Okay, so this is going to require that I add a package reference. And then I think I need to build. Oh, that's in my test project. That's in my test project. Now it should work. Or almost work. Just need to using. Awesome, awesome. Look at us, look at us. Okay, so now we have that Discord REST client in our webhook project. And so what we should be able to do is we should be able to inject it. Wonder why that's still complaining. So we need to register Discord client options in our webhook program. Builder.services.add options. Yeah, I'm gonna bind. Configuration like that, and then we need to add that to our app settings.development. I'm gonna do that off screen because I don't want to leak my token. West less rest. Please do Control R, then start typing in the terminal instead of typing .net build every time. I'm going insane watching this. Okay, so will that actually rebuild the project? I don't think it will. Yeah, Control R for me is not mapped. I'd have to map that. Kevin, we usually call it Service Collection Extensions. Yeah, that's a good name. I like that name too. Hello, Artwork Studios. How are you? Hello, Fox Player. How are you? I see I'm Matt's here. It's been a minute, I am Matt. Good to see you. Pablo, he could use terminal tabs. Yeah, the terminal tabs, yeah, is what I got to do. The Control R is not a bad idea. Like mapping something to call .NET build. That's probably a good use of time. Up should work as in repeat the last command. Yeah, totally. Well, I feel bad if I'm driving people insane with my inefficient my inefficient practices. I apologize. Someday I will be that 10x developer with all the right keystrokes. Oh crap, do I not have? I don't have any of that set up over here. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna do that then now. I just realized I don't have any of my settings. Let's see, intents doesn't matter in this case because I'm not using the. Let's see, Discord API. I think we want version 10. Version 10. Yes, we want version 10. And then I need my bot token. One sec. Let me get my bot token here. Put that in there. Alright, I think I have that set up now. Now I need to go to the handler. This is where I'm going to say from services. I'm going to do Discord REST client. And that's where I'll come down here and I'll say, okay, let me create my message. So I'll say await Discord REST client dot create message async. I think I can also pass a cancellation token here too. Cancellation token. You can forward that on to these calls. Okay, so we'll say, I don't know what the channel ID is that I need. That should probably be configurable. The channel ID. But for now, how should I go about getting the channel ID? Oh, that's probably just in the URL from Discord. I can just copy that right now. Just copy it right here. I think this is the channel ID. And then I need a create message request. I just need the content. Is that all I need? I mean, that's probably what it will end up being, something like that. Let's just say content is going to be tests. I know, real original. Is channel ID enough to create a message? I feel like that's not enough information. West less rest. It should do an automatic reverse search in your terminal without any mapping. Okay, interesting. I'll have to explore that. Sly Scott, hello. New here, new to Linux, but I'm working my way deeper into the cyber abyss. Well, that's awesome, Sly Scott. Thanks for being here, man. I'm hoping your journey into the abyss goes well. That's all any of us can hope. But good to have you here. Mr. McCadian, what's your thoughts at Lua? I just started learning it because I'd love to make a really cool game on Roblox. I think Lua's fine. I don't know enough about it. I know enough to configure NeoVim. But I couldn't actually probably build an application with it or write a console script, console app or script something with it. But somebody did tell me in the comments of one of my YouTube Shorts videos that it is Roblox's scripting language. I did not know that. So I say go for it, Mr. Canadian. Become a Lua coder. Oh yeah, all you need is the channel ID. Pablo, the channel ID should be enough. Okay. Well, we have that now. So I guess we can test, right? That's what we should do. We should try to test this. Okay. Let's, I kind of want to remove this check, though, temporarily. I'll put this check back once I'm... Okay. .NET run source. Nope, not source. Project. Source. Webhook. Let's hope nothing crashes on me. Alright, we are getting subscriptions. Here is my test server. So let's see if I send a notification from YouTube. We'll just do the same thing. We'll just edit the title of the video and we'll save it. Oh god. It blew up. It says no service type for Steve's bot library. Discord common, Discord client options has been registered. Well, at least we've known we've done something. So basically when I'm resolving this guy, it can't find webhook. Oh, yeah, because the way I set this up was I did builder.services.add singleton, and then I did Discord. Yeah, I did this. This probably needs to be refactored. This probably shouldn't be the way I do it if I'm going to have it in a separate library. So, because sometimes, so with the option patterns in .NET, the options pattern in .NET is really nice, but sometimes it's kind of a pain in the butt to work with I options and then the strongly typed options, because then you always have to use dot value. And so when I originally built the project, I had this kind of pattern going on. But since in the last week or so, I've kind of moved away from that pattern. So I probably need to rethink that. It would probably make sense for this to actually be a part of this call right here. Honestly. That probably makes more sense. But we'll worry about that another day. Let's just add a to-do here, though. To-do. This probably should be moved into the add, extension method. And we should probably just take the dependency on I options in Discord. That would probably make more sense. Alright, let's try this again. Stick with me. We're almost there. We're almost there. I can feel it. Okay. Where's my test server? Here's my test server. Alright, let's make another edit here. Save. Should see some logs come through. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. Oh, yep. I saw some logs. Do we make a request? Woo! Look at us. Look at us. We've got our message here, which is what we want. Okay, so now let's I think so. There's two things I want to do in the message. I want to mention everyone, and then I want to have a link to the video. So yeah, what do I want to do to make that work? Spawned, what language? This is C#. It is C#. And I know it kind of looks like Java. People always tell me that Java and C# kind of look alike. We did it. We did it. We did an hour. We did like an hour and 48 minutes. At everyone should just work. Oh, really? Okay. Why? I thought I saw like a Boolean flag that you have to set in the message resource. Right here. See? What do you have to set this flag? Or maybe that flag is set when retrieving a message. Maybe it has nothing to do with creating a message. Alright, let's try it. I'll just do what Pablo says. I'll trust Pablo because Pablo has never steered me wrong. This should be null. And then we'll do at everyone. Steven is trying to be a streamer again. Yes, there we go. I think that's right. Alright, let's try this again, huh? Alright, so we'll set this up. We subscribe to notifications. We are receiving notifications. Let's go to our server. Type A. We'll save that. It worked. Yeah, Pablo is right. Okay, Pablo. It should just work. I like it. Yeah, you don't need it for creation. Okay, wonderful. Awesome. Okay, so this is gonna save me from screwing up the message that I post in our Discord every time I go live. Okay, cool. I'm excited. That was a lot of work to get that refactored, but honestly, the fact that like I could just like reuse that create message call was totally worth it. And then of course in real life, what I was doing, to trigger this message was I was editing a video title. But in real life, if I edit a video title, I don't want that to create a message. I only want videos that are streams that are currently live to create notifications. And I have code in there to already account for that logic. Okay, cool. You know what I need to do now, right, though? I need to... Because I did all that refactoring, all that moving around of code, I really do need to move some tests from the worker project to the library. And then I need to add some tests for the webhook project. And then I've got to figure out my Docker file, because my Docker file isn't going to work anymore. Because my Docker file was originally... I originally wrote the Docker file when I just had one single project. And now I have 3 projects. And I'm going to want a Docker file for the worker and a Docker file for the webhook. But I also have to, whenever I build these projects, I have to make sure I include these directory.build.props and directory.packages.props. I have to make sure I basically preserve the directory structure when I'm setting up my build steps and my publish steps in the container. So I need to sit down and redo the Docker file too before I can deploy this. But that's exciting. Okay, cool. I'm excited. That was a good session. Hour 53 minutes to post a message to Slack. You're welcome. Or no, post a message to Discord. You're welcome. Pablo, you can do full markdown on the text. Ah, yes. This I found out the other day because one of the other projects I want to do with the Discord bot is I want to hook the Discord bot up to an LLM so that if people message the Discord bot, it actually will respond to them. That's the next thing. After I get this YouTube notification thing deployed and set up, I'm going to work on that next. But I'm not going to tell anybody that if you talk to Steve's bot, that it actually talks back to you. I just want that to be like an Easter egg that like people discover on their own. Jay Bindery, why do programmers draw trees upside down? Because they've never been outside. I'm not that type of programmer. Yeah, I'm not that. I'm more of like a programmer. Okay, I'm just gonna sit back and be satisfied with myself for a moment here. Okay, we can shut this down. We can... What else can we do? We can... Let's see how many lines. 358 lines? That's pretty good, right? I deleted a large majority of lines. But I think I added a ton back too, didn't I? Because there's a bunch of files that aren't currently tracked. Yeah. Okay, so git add git commit feature create Discord message when stream goes live. $367. Looky there. We had ourselves an evening. Pablo, rate limit the shit out of that. You already told us. Yeah, I am gonna rate limit it. I'm gonna hook it up to like the cheapest model on the freest tier, and then whenever we hit the rate limit on there, I'm just gonna have it respond with like a generic, sorry, I've answered too many messages or something like that. But yeah, but now only a few people know about it, because there's only like 50 people on the Discord server, and only a handful of those are probably here at this stream right now. So yeah, there's only a group of people that will know about the Easter egg at the moment. Yeah, there's only 58 people on the Discord server at the moment. But yes, we will most definitely rate limit it. All right, guys. Well, that's what I had set out to accomplish for this evening. I'm sorry I'm just terribly slow and terribly inefficient. Pablo, no such free tier. Well, Google Gemini has a free tier. If you don't hook up a billing account to it, if you create a project and you don't hook up a billing account to it, they put you on the free tier. And on the free tier, let's see, Google Gemini. On the free tier, they rate limit you after, well, currently, I mean, this obviously could change. They rate limit you, I think, after 100 requests or 1 million. Let me see if I can find the rate limits. But that was my idea, was I was going to hook it up to like their cheapest, slowest, or like least capable model. The I think it's called 1.5 Flash. Yeah, 1.5 Flash. You can do 15 requests per minute, 250,000 tokens per minute, or 500 requests per day. And then basically I was just gonna say, as soon as we encounter a rate limit code or a rate limit response from their API, I'll just have the bot respond with, sorry, we cannot respond at the moment, or something like that. It looks like if you hook up a billing account to it and you use 1.5, well, I guess I can show you this on stream. If you hook up a billing account to it, you can do 2,000 requests per minute and 44 million tokens per minute. But I don't want to pay. So I'm not going to hook up a billing account to it. And I think all the others are just too... Oh, well, 2.0 Flash on the free tier actually is better. 30 requests per minute, 1 million tokens, 1,500. I might use that. Use Gemini 2.0 Flashlight. That's probably the one I'll use. But anywho, that's the next thing to play around with. Like I said, I still have to figure out how to deploy this notification thing. I need to figure out the Docker file. Nonetheless, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and sticking with me. I know I'm slow and not the most productive developer in the world, but I appreciate you guys. I'm going to head off to bed because I have to work in the morning. I'm sure some of you also have to work in the morning. Or maybe you're already at work. Who knows? Time zones are a weird thing. Alright, guys. Well, if you want to hang out with us outside of stream, you can always join our Discord server. I just put that link in the chat. Otherwise, I'll probably see you in another stream. And if I don't see you in another stream, then hopefully I'll see you in the comments of a video or a short. Until then, I hope you guys have a good rest of your, what is it, Tuesday. And if it's Wednesday for you already, I hope you have a good rest of your Wednesday. And I'll talk to you guys next time. See you, Pablo. I don't know if anybody else is here. If anybody else is here, see you guys. Yes, it was nice hanging out. I appreciate you guys keeping me company. Bye, Mitch. If you just got here, Mitch, I apologize. I'm leaving. All right. Bye, guys. Bye.